Greetings, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I know a lot of you watch replays. I appreciate that very, very much. But I wanted to say, hey, thanks for being here. Let's say hi to everybody who's here live. I appreciate those of you who make it live, like Liger Fan, OC Dobbins, our friend Mr. Dragon, Cat Sith, our buddy Flipped Out from the Fandom Collective, who I owe a great deal of thanks to. Thank you all for your support. You guys are amazing. Xenomorph is here. Oh, that's fantastic. Appreciate that, Xenomorph. We've got Guy Andor. Good to see you, my friend. Keith Howard is here. Snortopoopus Cuber. Captain Trek. The SEM guy. What's going on? So many people, so many friendly faces. We've got D-Bud Martin hanging out, saying hi to folks. We've got Criticible, the Trans Squatch. What's going on? Another name change for our friend. I really should go to a 9-minute daily, to be honest with you, Xenomorph. I mean, you know, to be truthful, this show runs 9 minutes, 34 seconds about every day. And, of course, that includes the sound check and the outro. But really, there's about 6 minutes worth of news. I've considered a 10-minute daily, but then I'd have to rebrand and change everything. I don't know. I'll think about it some more, but I am thinking about an evening news break with actual news on a completely separate channel. So that's a possibility. Judicon is in the house. Good to see you. Cosmic Squirrel is here as well. We've got Janet from another planet who has over 1,000 people over on TikTok, believe it or not. Sherry is joining us this morning. Good to see you. Lonnie Holcomb is here. Apex Comics is joining us as well. We've got Andrew 46 and 2. Man, we're running out of time. Guys, so many of you here. Thanks, M. Tack Shark. Thank you, Just Another Red Shirt. Corey B. And so many others, including Tina Beebe. Oh, my gosh, we got to go. Here comes the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. Thank you to Corey B for the super sticker. I appreciate the piece of pie. We've got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do it, so we need to get started right away. Unfortunately, it's not a ton of stories, but there's a lot to meet to those stories, so let's get on it. First of all, the IATSE reveals most thorough details yet. Not the complete details, but yet of the proposed new deal, the full contract to be unveiled this weekend. So they still don't even have the full contract details. Here's the thing. They're not even getting what they really wanted out of the streaming negotiation, even though those details are here in this story. They're not even getting the time off that they want, and they aren't getting the raise that they deserve. In fact, they won't reach the living wage $26 rate for 3 years. That's not an immediate resolution to a problem that's been in existence for a very long time. I have a real problem with that. We've got a lot of folks in the industry that actually, some of you here in the chat, actually work in this industry and are what they consider below the line employees, which I think is kind of derogatory, but that's my opinion. But hey, at least they're moving in the right direction. I still think a strike is quite possible because from what I've heard anecdotally from many folks and the people that I've observed on social media, this is far from resolved. Netflix's Ted Sardanos admits that he screwed up internal communication amid the controversy recently, and that storytelling has an impact on real world. It certainly does, which is why the story that Dave tells at the very end of the special is so poignant, and it's why it reaches everybody's heart if they actually watch the special, which we have to say most of the people who are complaining about this probably didn't. And it looks like Ted's on his way to bending the knee, as some other people here on the platform would describe it. And that's a real shame. But Netflix does have some positive things going on. We'll get to that in a moment. CAA's Richard Lovett on fighting for client pay when the streamers are not anxious to share their data. Of course not. Of course not. They're going to try to keep you in the dark, except that may be changing. It was part of the theme of yesterday's Tuesday tirade, which I didn't get to do the story about, but we'll do the story right now, right here, as it was broken down by Variety today, I believe. Netflix to reveal more viewership data as streamer is changing its internal metrics, and it has to. Squid Game surprised them. The way they measure viewership and all these other things, they really need to do a better job of it. 2 minutes of watching something doesn't count as watching something, unfortunately, especially when you have auto preview and some other stuff that may be part of your platform in different spaces on different devices. Again, I mean, is it really a view if somebody watched 30 seconds of your content or 2 minutes of your content? No, you want them to watch the majority of it, if not the whole thing. And so you get these things where, people viewed this multiple times. I don't think any of this has been true for any of these streaming platforms from their very beginning. But again, they had to grow, they had to build, so they had to put metrics in place so they were always succeeding. They moved the goalposts so that was possible. It's just one of many things that I think needs more transparency, and perhaps we'll get it here. At least I only hope we can. Netflix also posts a higher Q3 earnings and solid subscriber growth. By the way, solid by their metrics now, because they adjusted these numbers severely downward, is 4.4 million in subscriber growth. I'm not sure that they can continue to get that type of growth, which is why they lowered those numbers to begin with. But 4.4 million on a platform that has expanded into every market it possibly can, with more on the horizon. I don't know. Anyway, moving on from there, Facebook is reportedly going to change its corporate name, and they're going to pull what I call an Alphabet or a Google. They're going to have a different parent company that controls all of their other name brands in a way to kind of stave off some criticism. Makes sense to basically create them all different business segments or divisions, if you will. But at the same time, is this really going to help them avoid all the scandals that they're in the midst of? Because they're embroiled in a lot of them. In fact, there is an attorney general wants to add Mark Zuckerberg to a lawsuit against Facebook that has a massive potential penalty of $1.7 billion. And this is just the beginning. Of course, Blinky here has been, caught lying multiple times about many things to Congress, which is, to be honest with you, not a good plan. Of course, on top of that, we have Sinclair Media. Their broadcast group had a double whammy this week, which was topped off by a ransomware attack. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Although they claim it wasn't as severe as it is normally, it's still not a good look. You have Rob Reiner's Castle Rock reviving its film division with $175 million in funding. This could bring back the classic brand launched by Reiner. You also have places like The Wrap saying, does China still need Hollywood films like Dune? Well, no, they don't need them, but they are completely different than the propaganda piece that you are touting here, Battle at Lake Changjin, because that was nothing but a Chinese propaganda film. By the way, Dune will be streaming on HBO early, so catch that between 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. If you don't want to make it to the theaters and you want to see the film, this is the way to do it. We've run out of time, so be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day. Guys, don't forget about Midnight's Edge and the morning. Also, as our friend Matt G and many others report here in the chat, do check out Lorena's video with Yellow Flash. Also, incredible stuff from Cameron Pasha over on Valiant Renegade from yesterday. Lots of stuff to rewatch. Appreciate you all. And thanks. You guys make it amazing.